Hello, today I'm going to be doing a bunch of reviews, like 4 reviews, just because I haven't done it in like ages. So this is like season 2, this is like the first video of season 2. And I'm just going to kind of review all the albums I have meant to be reviewing, but I kind of forgot to, so this is going to be like a kind of a new video, maybe about 5-6 minutes long. So first of all, we're going to jump straight into heroes and villains. I cannot talk today. So this is one I got on the wheel a while ago. So this is by Metro Boomin, 2022. It's probably like one of the new albums I do. And as you know, I kind of don't really listen to much rap or anything that new, so this is kind of very, like, not foreign, but like not what I'd usually listen to. And there's definitely a lot of stuff which I just don't really get, because I'm like accustomed to listening to like rock music and alternative music. So this is like very different to me. I find it quite hard to relate to. I just don't really get it. Like, I kind of have like old person music tastes. Which is like, I don't have a problem with. I like it. My music's amazing, but I'm sure many people also love this. So starting off with On Time, I love that. I love On Time. It's with John Legend, so it's kind of more of like a song, like less of just kind of rap or whatever you want to like call the rest of this. And then I also like enjoyed Creepin' a lot. Like, I think Creepin' could have been better, but it's definitely the most like of a song on the album, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm sure you do. But there are some cool ones on here. Like, I remember I really enjoyed, I think it was Raindrops. There was a few songs on here which I quite enjoyed. It's got some really cool production stuff. Like, it has a cool vibe to it. A lot of it I just don't really like resonate with or get, if you know what I mean. Like, get. But it's cool. Nice production. Whatever. Some cool. I mean, obviously it's kind of a concept album, which I enjoy. Like a running theme, and I always enjoy that. Like, no matter the genre. So. Fair enough on that one. The next one I was meant to do was, if I can find it, it's by Cream. It was Disraeli Gears. So this is 1967, so like a way older. So this is kind of like one of the first, this is like an early like psychedelic rock kind of thing. So yeah, quite early 1967. So this is kind of probably, I guess, one of the most important, like, influential psychedelic rock albums. It's got Sunshine of Your Love on it, which is like a huge, like, household name song everyone knows. And then it's got like a couple other ones which are like fairly, I mean, Strange Brew is like fairly well known. Like Tales of Brave Ulysses, I guess, is like, if you're into this kind of music. But the rest of these songs like didn't really make it too big. I mean, I was going to say I can see why. I mean, some of these songs, like World of Pain, for example, I think I really enjoyed World of Pain. And that's mainly just from, like, a harmonic point of view. Like, I liked what's going on in the chords. The lyrics are, like, I don't know, I think the lyrics are kind of basic, but I really enjoyed the music on World of Pain. And there was a couple songs which I didn't enjoy at all. There was a couple, like, I don't know if they're, like, piss-takey or meant to be taken as a joke, but there are a couple, like, that are just really like questionable on this album. It's probably deliberate. It may have been Blue Condition. I think it was Blue Condition. It was like, what the hell is this? But yeah, some overall really cool songs on here. Some really good. There's a really recognizable guitar sound. I think it is Eric Clapton. Although, like, don't quote me on that. But yeah, there's some really good guitar work on here. Some good songwriting here and there. Like, I don't think it's strong all the way through. But overall, a pretty good album. I was slightly disappointed, so I am going to give it like a 7.5 out of 10. But there was definitely some gems in there. The next one I'm going to review, I haven't fully listened to this all the way through, but I'm just going to bang it out anyway. It's Are You Satisfied by Soft Play, or Slaves, as they were originally called. So this is an album that's been recommended to me a couple of times. It's a newer one, it's 2015. I say newer, like 2015 is still like old, like relatively speaking. Like, if you compare it to stuff that's coming out in the last like year or so, like, it feels like it's a bit of a stretch to call this recent. But I'm gonna call it recent just compared to the other stuff I listened to. So yeah, this is like a punk rock album, and it's pretty good, honestly. Like, it's not like super, like, I don't know how to describe it. The production is good. The songwriting, like, isn't super talented or anything, but he's got like a good, like presence and like good ideas. Like I think some of the execution on some of the songs is like I really don't know how to describe it. It feels like a little bit like doesn't I just don't know what the word is, but it feels like raw, but not too overthought. Like I don't know, like it doesn't seem like it's made by a professional musician, if you know what I mean. It just seems like it's some guy who's got a passion for whatever, like punk, and he's just made some music and it sounds pretty good. That's kind of what it sounds like to me. He doesn't sound, maybe they are, but they don't sound like professional musicians. But then again, like lots of musicians weren't, like the Beatles and Nirvana, for example, they weren't really trained or professional musicians at all. So I'm not even saying that in like a bad way, like I'm just saying that's how it sounds to me. But yeah, no, really enjoyed some of these songs. Like the first like 3 songs are all bangers. I really enjoyed Are You Satisfied as well. Like it's a nice like tempo change. It's a nice like acoustic song with some extra like elements in there, some nice backing vocals, some keyboard stuff. And honestly, it has a really good vibe overall. I think Are You Satisfied was a very good move, putting that like an acoustic song to break it up. And I definitely also really appreciate like more stripped back songs on a punk album. And it's the title track as well, which is quite nice. But really good, yeah, just really good stuff, to be honest. Like, and I watched some of their live stuff as well, and it's quite cool. It's a 2-piece band. The drummer stands up and sings lead, and then the guitarist / bassist sings like the back end vocals, and it's pretty cool. So that is that, and now I'm gonna have a look at Back to the Water Below by Raw Blood. So this is quite, I mean, it's a 10-song album. It's a new, this is a new album. This is, you know, come out recently. And yeah, and I think this is actually quite impressive, this album. Like obviously not as impressive as the first album. I say obviously. It wasn't as impressive as the first 2 albums. I think I haven't listened to the third album that much, but I enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it more than the third album. But again, I don't really know the third album that well. But anyway, this is Back to the Water Below. This is the new one. So the singles Mountains at Midnight and Pull Me Through were good. I preferred Pull Me Through over Mountains at Midnight. Like I don't really get Mountains at Midnight. Like I don't see why that would be the lead single. But anyway, I found Shine in the Dark to be much better. The Firing Line to be much better. 10 Minutes Too Late. Basically, I think any of these, I think all of these songs are kind of just like equally good. To be honest, I don't think there's any songs, like unfortunately, that are like a smash hit single or anything like that, or like a, you know, a classic. I don't think any of these songs really have like classic status, unfortunately, which is what I'm kind of missing in rock music nowadays. Is like bands like this and Queens of the Stone Age are putting out some cool albums, but that are consistent and really high quality. Like, don't get me wrong, this and In Times New Roman, incredible quality and really well made. But they just don't have like the classic memorable songs that will be like remembered in 20 years, 30 years. Like that's the thing. Or like even 5 years. Like I feel like a lot of these songs may be forgotten. They are good songs though, like definitely. But yeah, I don't like how in rock music and just like at the moment, like bands like this will come out of like an album, like the first album, Raw Blood, and then they'll just kind of get progressively like less interesting from there. Like I feel like there aren't, like I don't know, I feel like maybe I'm being a little bit ignorant to music at the moment, but like I don't know, I feel like Raw Blood have gone downhill a little bit. But maybe that's just because the public interest has gone down. I don't think the quality of the music has got any worse. And I think that was all I had to review. That's 4 albums. And also give an honourable mention to this one by First Form called Remember the Name. It's one that's just come out and it's from a band, like a local band. So they just put out an EP called Remember the Name. And it's got some cool songs in it. My favourite one being Jokes on You, because it's got some cool harmonic stuff going on. It's got like a secondary dominant going on in the chord progression, which I always like to hear if it's done well, and it is done well here. And there's also some cool lyrics going on for the rest of the album. I haven't listened to it enough yet, really, but yeah, there we go. I just put it out there. So there, this is a 10-minute video. Not normal for me to do a 10-minute video, but I'm basically just knocking out like a couple weeks worth in one video. So there we go.